In Egypt, the cities are filling with people who say that they have one goal: to force their president to leave. Anti-government protesters have called for their largest gathering yet to demand that President Hosni Mubarak resign. Soldiers are reportedly moving into key locations in Cairo and Alexandria in anticipation of up to 1 million protesters. We begin with this report from Cairo. Well, our correspondent Karim El-Gahari is on the line with us in Cairo. Karim, tell us, where are you right now and what are you seeing? Are we going to see 1 million people, Karim? I mean, we've got reports that railways, highways have been closed by the government and that public transportation has been shut down to hamper people from getting to these crowds. All right, Karim, you talk about there being an atmosphere like a party there. State television is reporting that people are dying in hospitals because the doctors cannot get to them. We're getting reports that looters are in control of many streets. I mean, how much of that is true? How much of it is propaganda? All right, people trying to leave Egypt describe the scene at Cairo's main airport as looking like a zoo. Thousands of foreigners are scrambling to catch special flights out of the country. Egypt resembles a one-way street right now. Airlines are canceling flights to the country. Tour operators say that no cruise ships will be docking in Egypt this month. We have this report from Frankfurt, where the first planes from Egypt have already landed. Well, Monica's here with business, and Egypt, of course, making its presence known on oil markets.
That is right, though, Brent, of course.
Well, welcome back, everyone. What is really happening across Egypt right now? It is not easy to get a clear picture because the government has cut off all internet access, a blatant move to cripple the information infrastructure used by the country's protesters. But Mubarak must know that a total blackout is not possible today. Google and Twitter have just launched a service in Egypt using technology that turns voicemail into text messages, and it all bypasses the internet. But make no mistake, social websites such as Facebook and Twitter have become serious artillery in this struggle. We have more. All right, let's push this story forward. Suppose Mubarak does resign. Suppose the entire government collapses and a democratic system arises. Who will emerge to compete for political influence? Well, the first name for many is the Muslim Brotherhood. Under Mubarak, the Brotherhood has remained marginal and powerless despite its popularity and its reach into civil society. But now the group appears somewhat adrift in the currents of change. Our next report on what role, if any, the Muslim Brotherhood could play in a new Egypt. Well, the internet is awash with photos of women on the front lines of the protests in Egypt, but the captions should read, "This is truly exceptional." The public sphere in Egypt is conservative, and women are a minority there. Men wear jeans and T-shirts in public, but they go home to wives who wear headscarves. The image last week of a woman on the street kissing a soldier to show unity is revolutionary itself. And it is important to note here, the streets of Egypt, crowded with men, can be a dangerous place for women. Well, we spoke to women who are daring to take their place in the change. All right, for more on the situation in Egypt, I'm joined now by Hassan Kader. He is a Middle East expert, and he's also the editor of the literary magazine El Kamel. Hassan, you're familiar with the region. You've lived in Egypt. How surprised are you at what we're seeing right now in Egypt?
Well, in fact, to be honest, very surprised, because what's happening in Egypt was not expected like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. So it's like, it's history in the making.
It's history in the making?
It is.
A lot of euphoria. People
Yes.
have huge expectations. But let's tone things down for a second. What happens if Mubarak resigns?
Well, this is an important question, in fact, and I don't think that many people, even involved in the mass movement in Egypt or in the Egyptian regime right now, they do not have a clear-cut answer. So nobody knows exactly what would happen after the resignation of Mubarak. Let us say that the game is over Mubarak will be out.
Do you think he's building an exit strategy, a bridge to get out?
Yeah, so he's trying to gain time in order to find a safe passage. He's a military officer. It's a question of honor for him. He doesn't want to be seen like the ex-Tunisian president, Zain al-Abidine Ben Ali, who just left the country.
Yeah, so
he doesn't want to repeat the Tunisian model.
Is this about his ego as a leader, or is he trying to maintain some semblance of a statesman here?
Well, let us say it's a combination of different factors. One is his ego. Second, I think the army, he is negotiating, cooperating with the army in order to do two things. One is safe passage for him and his family, for sure. This is number one, either in Egypt or outside Egypt. This is, nobody can say when or where. And the second is what can be defined as a peaceful transition of power. In peaceful transition of power means establishing a new government, transitional government, and calling for presidential and parliamentary elections.
You know, if I hear you correctly, it sounds like you're saying the power right now still lies with the military.
Of course. And Hosni Mubarak, President Mubarak, was in power on behalf of the military. The military in Egypt is in power since 1952. So it is, in fact, in the hands of the military. The military yesterday declared neutrality. In a way, that was very positive. It means that the military does not want to face the people or to act on behalf of Mr. Mubarak in order to suppress the mass movement. But at the same time, the army will not allow chaos or, yes.
Hassan Kader, we're going to have to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for coming in and sharing your insights with us. Hassan, thank you very much.